Plains. The Plains biome is Minecraft's default setting. If Minecraft had a suburban neighborhood, this would be it. Rolling green fields, the occasional tree, and an army of cows, pigs, and sheep just waiting to be turned into dinner. Plains are one of the best biomes to spawn in because they're flat, which means fewer surprises like falling into a ravine, and have plenty of open space for building. If you're lucky, you might even find a village where you can immediately engage in the Minecraft tradition of borrowing beds, hay bales, and maybe even a few villagers for your next highly ethical trading hall. Need horses? This biome has them. Want an easy farm? Well, the flat terrain makes it perfect. The only real downside? Endless wandering. If you're looking for trees, mountains, or anything more exciting than grass, well, good luck. Ice Plains or the Snowy Tundra. Welcome to Minecraft's version of Siberia, where the grass is dead, the water is frozen, and your hunger bar depletes twice as fast because you keep sprinting through the snow. This biome is cold, unforgiving, and home to strays. Skeletons that figured wearing warm clothes was overrated and instead evolved to shoot arrows tipped with slowness, because getting sniped wasn't annoying enough already. Well, on the plus side, there are igloos. Some even have secret basements with potions and a zombie villager just waiting for you to discover them. If you've ever wanted to live in an ice cave like a hermit, well, this is your chance. Just don't expect to find much food unless you enjoy chasing down rabbits in knee-deep snow. Ice Spikes Plains. Have you ever looked at the snowy tundra and thought, this needs more obstacles? Well, good news! Ice spikes are ice plains, but with giant frozen towers of packed ice sticking out of the ground. It's like Mother Nature tried to build her ice castle and then gave up halfway. This biome is one of the rarest in the game, and it looks incredible, assuming you enjoy being surrounded by jagged walls of ice. It's great for collecting packed ice, which doesn't melt near torches, making it perfect for nether highways and for very slippery floors. The downside? Good luck walking anywhere. If you don't have an elytra, a horse, or a really strong sense of patience, you'll be climbing over ice spikes for days, but hey, at least you won't get lost. Just look for the nearest frozen skyscraper. Sunflower Plains. It's plains, but happier. The Sunflower Plains biome is the same as regular plains, except every few steps, you'll find a wall of sunflowers staring at you like they know something you don't. These flowers always face east, which makes them great for navigation or for making you slightly paranoid. Other than the floral invasion, everything else is the same as a normal plains biome. Villages, passive mobs, and plenty of open space. However, if you're into beekeeping, this is a fantastic place to set up shop, since bees love spawning near all the flowers. And let's be real, the real reason anyone settles here is because it looks nice. Nothing says Minecraft cottagecore like a field of sunflowers and a cute little farmhouse, right before a creeper decides to redecorate. Snowy Plains. Snowy Plains, where the grass is dead, the lakes are frozen, and your toes are probably frostbitten. This biome is just like plains, except it looks like Christmas time all the time, whether you like it or not. It's a peaceful place, assuming you can handle the constant snowfall and the fact that every passive mob here looks like they regret their life choices. Villages can still spawn, but farming, you can forget about that, unless you enjoy watching crops freeze faster than your motivation to survive. At night, you'll meet strays, which are skeletons that evolve to be even more annoying. They fire arrows of slowness, meaning you get hit once and suddenly you're moving like you're knee-deep in quicksand, but hey, at least it looks pretty. Now, if you want to build a winter wonderland or just experience seasonal depression year-round, this is the place for you. Mushroom Fields. Congrats! You found the rarest biome in the game, and ironically, one of the safest. Welcome to Mushroom Fields, where the ground is purple, the trees are giant mushrooms, and hostile mobs simply don't exist. That's right, no zombies, no creepers, no skeletons, just a bunch of confused-looking mushrooms, which are cows that somehow became both a food source and a walking bowl of soup. This biome is perfect for players who want to live in peace, but the catch? It's almost always an island, which means unless you packed a boat and a dream, you're probably stuck here, wondering if mushrooms can be domesticated. Spoiler alert, they can't. Still, it's a paradise. Unlimited mushroom stew, no enemies, and some of the wildest terrains in the game. Just don't ask how the mycelium works. No one knows. Savannah. Ah yes, the Savannah biome, where the grass is kinda yellow, the trees look like they forgot how to grow straight, and the sky always has that it's about to be 40 degrees Celsius vibe. This biome is home to acacia trees, which are a favorite among builders who want something a little fancier than oak. You'll also find herds of horses and llamas, both of which will gladly carry you across the landscape, or in the llama's case, just spit at you instead. Villages are common here, and they look unique with their orangey brown wood and flat terrain, but the best part? No rain. That's right, if you hate getting rained on every 5 minutes, the Savannah might be your new favorite biome. Oh, and if you wander far enough, you might just stumble upon the Savannah Plateau, a biome with massive towering cliffs that look like Minecraft's terrain generator glitched out in the best way possible. Forest. The forest biome is Minecraft's most standard biome, perfect for players who enjoy chopping down trees for hours without consequence. It's packed with oak and birch trees, making it a great place to start your adventure, unless you like being able to see past 3 blocks in front of you. This biome is home to wolves, which means you can finally have a loyal companion to fight skeletons for you. Villages can sometimes spawn on the edges, but the real draw? Apples. Chop down enough oak trees and you'll have a free golden apple farm, assuming you also have gold, which, yeah, good luck. At night, the dense tree cover makes it the perfect breeding ground for mobs, so expect to hear at least 17 zombies moaning behind you at all times. It's scenic, sure, but don't get too comfortable. Those trees might just be hiding a creeper waiting to ruin your day. Birch Forest. Birch Forest, where every tree is a carbon copy of the last. If you've ever wanted to live in a neighborhood where all the houses look the same, this is the Minecraft equivalent. The trees here are exclusively birch, which means you'll be using a lot of light-colored wood, perfect for modern builds, but not so great if you hate the sight of black and white stripes everywhere. You'll find the usual forest creatures here, wolves, bees, and an alarming number of skeletons at night. But other than the aesthetic, there's nothing particularly special about this place. It's peaceful, it's pretty, and it's just there. It's like the default wallpaper of Minecraft biomes. Dark Forest. Yes, the Dark Forest, also known as where the hell did that creeper just come from? This biome is home to massive dense trees, meaning even in broad daylight, there are enough shadows to spawn an army of hostile mobs. If you ever wanted a Haunted Woods vibe without downloading a mod, this is the place. But it's not all bad. Dark forests are the only place where woodland mansions spawn, which means loot, evokers, and your impending doom. If you're feeling brave or reckless, raiding a woodland mansion is one of the most dangerous but rewarding adventures in the game. Aside from that, this biome is great for gathering dark oak wood, which is fancy, stylish, and one of the best looking woods for building. Just maybe bring a torch. Or 12. Flower Forest. Ever thought this biome could use more flowers? Well, someone at Mojang did, and thus the Flower Forest was born. This biome is overflowing with every type of flower, making it perfect for beekeeping, dye farming, or just looking ridiculously pretty. If you want your base to have maximum cottagecore energy, this is the biome for you. It's also the best place to find bees, which means honey blocks, and a never-ending fear of accidentally punching one. Other than flowers and bees, it's just a standard forest biome, but let's be honest, you're here because it looks magical. Until, of course, a skeleton shoots you into a patch of roses at night. Old Growth Birch Forest, or the Tall Birch Forest. The Old Growth Birch Forest is just a birch forest, but taller. That's it. That's really the whole gimmick. But seriously, these biomes have insanely tall birch trees, which make them feel slightly more majestic than their short and stubby cousins. If you've ever looked at a regular birch forest and thought, this isn't dramatic enough, this biome fixes that entirely. However, aside from the towering trees, there's nothing particularly unique here. No special mobs, no rare structures, just a bunch of really tall, judgmental-looking birch trees. Great for wood, great for scenery, and bad for finding anything remotely interesting. Taiga. If the grass is greenish blue, the trees are all spruce, and every 5 steps you'll trip over a fox taking a nap, well, you've reached the taiga. This biome is one of the best for survival players, mainly because spruce trees grow tall and give a ton of wood, making them ideal for builders. Also, if you hate waiting for your oak trees to grow, you can plant 4 spruce saplings in a square and boom, an instant skyscraper. You'll also find wolves, berries, and a high chance of stepping on a berry bush while being chased by a skeleton. Foxes live here too, and they'll often be seen carrying random items in their mouths. No, you can't take it from them, it's theirs now. All in all, it's a solid biome, good for survival, great for wood, and guaranteed to give you at least one berry-related injury. Old Growth Spruce Taiga. If the regular taiga isn't dramatic enough for you, say hello to the old growth spruce taiga, aka taiga but taller and moodier. Here, giant spruce trees tower over the land, giving off major mystical forest vibes. If you've ever wanted to feel tiny and insignificant while gathering wood, well, this is the biome for you. Like the regular taiga, you'll still find wolves, foxes, and berry bushes waiting to ruin your ankles, but the real appeal? Podzol. Yeah, that weird brown dirt you can't hoe, it's perfect for growing mushrooms in broad daylight, which is great if you're into potion making, farming, or you just really enjoy weird dirt. Overall, it's a gorgeous biome for builders who want a dramatic ancient forest aesthetic. Just don't get lost, the trees are so massive you'll probably never see the sky again. Old growth pine taiga. At first glance, you might mistake the old growth pine taiga for the old growth spruce taiga, but trust me, this one has pine trees instead of spruce. It's different, I swear. The trees here are even taller and grow with thinner trunks, giving this biome a wild, overgrown feel. If you ever wanted to build a treehouse empire that looks like it came straight out of a fantasy novel, this is the biome for you. As expected, you'll still find wolves, foxes, and a surplus of podzol, meaning you can start an illegal mushroom farm without needing a dark cave. It's a beautiful, ancient-looking forest, perfect for survival players who love vertical builds and feel like tiny woodland creatures. Snowy taiga. Imagine the regular taiga but coated in ice-cold suffering. Well, that's the snowy taiga. Here, everything is covered in snow, meaning you'll spend most of your time slipping, sinking, or freezing to death. The grass, buried. The water, frozen. The berry bushes, still there, still waiting to hurt you. But there is one cool feature. Rabbits. They spawn here in white variants, blending into the snow so perfectly that you'll never see them until they're running away from you. Villages also generate here, and they have a cozy winter lodge aesthetic, making them some of the best looking villages in the game. Just be prepared, the cold won't kill you, but the strays definitely will. Strays? Yeah, those frostbitten skeletons that shoot arrows of slowness. Well, because your regular skeletons weren't annoying enough, Mojang decided to make a version that turns you into a walking ice sculpture. Still, if you love the cozy snowy aesthetic, this biome is great for a winter-themed base. Just watch out for the strays, berry bushes, and your own terrible sense of direction in a snowstorm. Jungle. Oh, the jungle. Here, every block of land is covered in so much vegetation that moving 2 steps feels like navigating a maze made by nature itself. This biome is home to giant jungle trees, thick vines, and a collection of mobs that range from adorable, like parrots, to mildly unsettling, like ocelots, to the downright creepy, the sheer number of creepers hiding in the foliage. Speaking of ocelots, they used to be tameable, but now they just exist to make you feel bad for not feeding them. If you want a cat, you'll need to find an actual village because the game decided that house pets and wild jungle predators shouldn't be the same thing. Another iconic feature, melons and cocoa beans spawn here naturally, so if you ever want an unlimited supply of cookies, this is the biome for you. That is, if you can find your way back home after wandering too far. Hope you brought your torches. Oh, and let's not forget jungle temples, which are filled with traps, loot, and guaranteed disappointment when the loot turns out to be 2 gold ingots and some bones. Bamboo jungle. Ever looked at the regular jungle and thought, this needs more sticks? Well, the bamboo jungle heard you loud and clear. This biome is just the jungle, but covered in endless towers of bamboo, and you know what that means. Pandas. Yes, this is the only place in the game where pandas spawn naturally, making it the best biome for those who enjoy watching adorable creatures roll around and sneeze. Gameplay-wise, bamboo is one of the fastest growing plants in Minecraft, making it an incredible source of sticks, scaffolding, and accidental lag if you let it grow unchecked. Other than that, this biome plays exactly like a jungle, meaning expect to get lost, expect to be attacked, and expect to be wading through way too many leaves while desperately trying to find a clearing. Sparse jungle or jungle edge. The sparse jungle is the jungle's chilled, laid-back cousin. Unlike the regular jungle where you feel like you need a machete to just move forward, this biome has way fewer trees, meaning you can actually see where you're going. It still has all the usual jungle features, melons, cocoa beans, and the occasional ocelot judging you from the treetops, but in a way that doesn't feel like the terrain is actively trying to trap you. Basically, if you like jungle aesthetics but hate the jungle's claustrophobic tree walls, this is the perfect compromise. It's the jungle on easy mode. Grove. The grove is what happens when a snowy taiga gets high enough in elevation and decides to get a personality. This biome is found on the slopes of mountains, covered in spruce trees, deep snow, and a constant feeling that you're about to slide off a cliff. If you've ever walked into deep snow and thought, wow, this is annoying, congratulations! This biome will make you suffer even more. Powdered snow is everywhere, meaning you'll spend half your time sinking, freezing, and frantically jumping to get out before hypothermia sets in. On the bright side, rabbits, wolves, and foxes spawn here, so at least you'll have some cute company while you're struggling to move. Grove biomes also act as transitions between forests and snowy peaks, making them great for building alpine lodges, survival bases, or elaborate sledding tracks if Minecraft ever adds sleds. Just remember, if you step into powdered snow, it's already too late. Cherry Grove. Minecraft took one look at the Sakura aesthetic and said, yeah, we need that. The Cherry Grove biome is one of the most beautiful places in the game, featuring rolling hills covered in pink cherry blossom trees, petals floating through the air, and the perfect vibe for an anime protagonist to stare dramatically into the distance. It's not just a pretty face though. Cherry groves come with their own unique wood type, meaning you can finally build a house that looks like it came straight out of a cozy cottagecore Pinterest board. Mobs here? Well, they're mostly passive ones like sheep, pigs, and bees, so you don't have to worry about a creeper photobombing your aesthetic paradise. This biome is perfect for building, picnics, and pretending you live in a Studio Ghibli movie. Just don't be surprised when half the server moves in to steal your cherry wood. Pale Garden. The Pale Garden biome is exactly what it sounds like, a lighter, dreamier version of a flower-filled paradise. It features soft pastel colors, delicate plants, and a general walking through a fantasy novel kind of feel. If Cherry Grove is romantic and cozy, Pale Garden is ethereal and mystical. Gameplay-wise, it's a dream biome for decoration lovers. The flowers here make for some stunning dyes, and the overall calm, peaceful atmosphere makes it a great place to settle down if you're tired of dealing with hostile mobs, lava, or that one friend who keeps TNTing your house. The only downside? It's pretty rare. You might have to search for ages before stumbling across it, and by then, you'll probably have built your base somewhere else. Tragic. Deep Dark. The Deep Dark, also known as that place you should not be if you value your life. This biome spawns deep underground, covered in skulk blocks, eerie blue-green lighting, and a general sense of impending doom. The main attraction? The Warden. Yeah, this biome is home to Minecraft's strongest, scariest, and most unnecessary mob, a blind beast that hunts you down if you make a single sound. Want to open a chest? Bad idea. Want to mine some cool-looking skulk? Enjoy your last moments. Want to just exist quietly? That's still a risk. The Warden has more health than the Ender Dragon, can kill you in 2 hits even with full netherite armor, and doesn't drop anything worth the pain. If you enter the Deep Dark, your best strategy is to crouch, pray, and regret your life choices. Dripstone Cave. If you like the idea of stalactites, stalagmites, and a general sense of danger, then welcome to the Dripstone Cave biome. This is where Minecraft goes full spelunking mode, featuring giant caverns filled with pointed dripstone that's actively trying to stab you. Dripstone has 2 fun properties. 1, if you fall on it, you take extra damage. 2, if a stalactite falls on you, you also take extra damage. In other words, it's a biome designed to punish both gravity and bad decisions. But it's not all pain. Dripstone can be used to farm infinite lava, making it one of the best resources for smelting and fuel. So if you can survive long enough without getting impaled, you can walk away with free lava and some cool cave screenshots. Lush Caves. Lush caves are like regular caves, but instead of darkness and existential dread, they're filled with vibrant greenery, glowing plants, and a general fairy tale garden vibe. Lush caves are one of the most beautiful biomes underground, featuring azalea trees on the surface, which mark their location like a neon dig here sign, glowberries that provide light and a snack if you're desperate, and drip leaves, the only plant in Minecraft that actively betrays you by collapsing when you stand on it too long. You'll also find axolotls here, aka the best mob in the game, and you can fight me on that. This is one of the few cave biomes that doesn't try to kill you instantly, unless you forget to bring torches, fall into a ravine, or get jumped by a skeleton in the shadows, but hey, at least it's pretty while you die. Jagged Peaks. Jagged Peaks is the biome for people who like their mountains extra spiky and extra dangerous. These towering peaks are made of stone, snow, and the crushing realization that you will probably fall to your death. If you love parkour, risking everything and being dramatically alone at the top of the world, this biome is for you. What you'll find here: goats that look cute but will headbutt you off a cliff with zero remorse, snow traps where powdered snow looks normal but will suck you in, freeze you alive and make you question reality, and extreme views that are great for taking screenshots but terrible for building unless you enjoy suffering. There's no wood, no easy food, and no forgiveness up here. Just you, the cold, and the slow realization that you should have picked a safer place to live. Frozen peaks. If jagged peaks are dangerous, then frozen peaks are dangerous and miserable. Think giant ice-covered mountains with zero resources, unbearable cold, and a constant feeling that you shouldn't be here. Here's what you'll find. Snow and ice. That's it. Just cold everywhere. Goats still pushing people off cliffs like it's their full-time job, and more powdered snow because Minecraft wants you to freeze to death. Survival here is a nightmare unless you're speedrunning a challenge or trying to make your friends suffer. There's nothing to mine, nothing to eat, and no trees. It's just frozen despair. On the bright side, the view is nice, but that won't matter when you're starving and lost. Stony peaks. Stony peaks is jagged peaks, but with fewer snowy death traps. Instead of freezing to death, your main concern is falling off a cliff or getting attacked by a rogue goat. What makes this biome special? There's no powdered snow, which means you won't get surprise frozen every 5 minutes. There are lots of stones and ores, great for mining, not so great for farming. It's a decent survival biome if you can find a nearby water source and don't mind living off of mountain goats, which sadly drop nothing useful. Stony Peaks is for players who want high up bases, great mining opportunities, and a slightly lower chance of dying horribly. Thank you for watching this video. Please let us know what your favorite biome was in the comments below, and stay tuned for part 2.